Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I now recognize the ranking member of the full committee, Mr. Huffman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Chief. It's good to see you again. I want to associate myself with Ranking Member Neguse in thanking you for proactively setting up some outreach meetings. It may seem like just a meet and greet when you came to my office, but it actually means a lot, I think, when we have face-to-face conversations. I think it's good for the people we serve. I think it's good for the institution. You are still the only Trump administration official to do that with me. And so I think it speaks to your style of leadership, and it's something that I definitely appreciate. Unfortunately, I also share the ranking member's concerns about the lack of support right now for our federal firefighting workforce. We are facing longer, more intense fire seasons. That is the reality. I hope we still aren't fighting about the reality of climate change. Anyone who works in this field will tell you that this is not politics or ideology. This is just reality. Growing health threats, especially from repeated smoke exposure, are a huge problem. And firefighters are being forced to navigate significant disruption and uncertainty as this administration pursues its various agency reorganization plans and chaotic reshuffling schemes across land management agencies. And the challenges go beyond just workforce neglect. We should talk about this administration's proposed budget. I just don't see how it works for President Trump to propose a staggering overall cut of 76% to the agency's budget at a time when wildfire threats are growing, when workloads are expanding. Communities all over the country are depending more than ever on the agency's capacity to respond. And at the same time, the administration has been working overtime to turn our public lands over to corporate profiteers. Shortly after he took office, President Trump began issuing all of these imperial edicts. One of them steamrolls public input and dramatically ramps up logging across national forests by proposing sweeping nationwide timber sale mandates. And soon after that, Secretary Rollins laid the groundwork for even more giveaways while silencing public input from everyday Americans about timber sales in the public lands in their own communities. And this, of course, is by declaring a so-called state of emergency in our national forests. I think we now have a state of emergency declared for just about everything, including stamp collecting. But when you combine that with the administration's recent attacks on NEPA, the result is clear. This is about less power for everyday Americans to shape decisions on our shared public lands. And on top of that, Secretary Rollins has announced her intent to put millions of acres of national forests literally on the chopping block by rolling back the roadless rule. And the reckless move of doing that would open the floodgates of clear cutting, road building, and mining across some of the last intact, undeveloped forests that we have left in this country. This is reckless, Mr. Chief. It's something that well, let me just say, some of you may know that I'm a fisherman. I spend a lot of time on public lands and waters. And I can say that the roadless areas are essential headwater and backcountry landscapes. These are the places where development has not yet carved things up and split things apart. They keep ecosystems connected. They safeguard cold water streams for fish and wildlife, provide world-class hunting and fishing opportunities, and supply clean drinking water to numerous American communities. This is the heart of our natural infrastructure in this country. And the case for the roadless rule is not just ecological, it is fiscal. The roadless rule was adopted in part to stop the wave of unnecessary and fiscally irresponsible road construction in our national forests. Projects that the American taxpayer ends up footing the bill for. If you listen to Taxpayers for Common Sense, which has been working on this for years, they found that nearly 370,000 miles of roads crisscrossing our national forests have resulted in $5.9 billion in road maintenance backlog for the taxpayers. Secretary Rollins' announcement cited a wildfire crisis as the reason to allow more roads in the national forest, but here's what she left out. The original 2001 roadless rule already allows road construction for wildfire response. This repeal is not about forest health, it's not about wildfire response, it's about clearing the way for more logging and mining for corporate profits, and that should be unacceptable. Mr. Chief, I look forward to the conversation. I am proud of the work that Democrats did a few years ago to make major investments through the Inflation Reduction Act and the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, historic investments in wildfire prevention, hazardous fuels reduction, community planning to support resiliency. I have been dismayed the way my colleagues across the aisle have attacked these forward-looking investments, but I hope we'll have a chance with you, and especially your openness to dialogue, to continue working on getting it right. I look forward to hearing from you, Chief. Yield back.